everyone. So today we're going to talk about animals. So all week we've been experimenting with what we can do with air, with our air, with things that blow air. And today we're going to talk about animals that go in the air, but not just animals. We are also going to make a chart. So I made a chart here ahead of time. As you can see here, it says air, and it has a sun and clouds, because what is up in the sky? What's up in the air? The sun and clouds. And then I wrote land. And to help you remember land, I drew a tree, because on the land, on the earth, are trees. And there's my tree in my room. The third thing I have here is water, right? There's animals that live in the water. And so those are three different types of our earth. And we're gonna see where the animals live, okay? So the first animal I have is a chameleon. Does the chameleon live in the air, on land, or in the water? If you said land, you're right. Chameleons live on the land, and sometimes you'll find them in trees too. Okay, the next one I have here is a falcon. It's a falcon. I notice that it is a bird, and it has wings and claws. Where does this bird usually live? It lives in the air. It flies in the air. It probably doesn't sleep in the air, but most of the time you'll find a falcon flying. So one property about animals that fly in the air, they have wings. So remember that. Let's see what's next. Next up, I have a dolphin. Do dolphins fly in the air, walk on the land, or swim in the water? What do dolphins do? They swim in the water. Okay, let's see what's next. How about a parrot or a macaw? You notice it has wings. Air, land, or water? Air. If you said air, you're correct. Okay, let's continue. Move my table a little closer. What about this animal? A moose. Do moose fly? Do they walk on land? Or do they swim? They walk on land. You said land, you're right. Next up, we have a dragonfly. Where do you see a dragonfly? Do you see a dragonfly in the water, walking on land, or flying in the air? Dragonflies fly in the air. Very good. Okay, next, a giraffe. A giraffe. Do giraffes fly in the air? Do they walk on land? Or do they swim in the water? They walk on land. What about a fish? This one's a clownfish. Do clownfish fly in the air, walk on the land, or swim in the water? They swim in the water. Okay, a couple more. What about a lobster? Where do you find lobster? Do you find lobster in the air, on land, or in the water? This one's tricky, because lobsters, you can't really see their fin too much, or little tail that they can get around, but lobsters, they walk on the bottom of the ocean. So you find lobsters in the water. You don't necessarily see them swimming necessarily. They live on the bottom of the water. Silly, huh? Okay. Next up, we have an owl. This one's specifically a snowy owl. Here you go, it's facing the right way. This one has wings. Air, land, or water? What do you think? Air, very good. Okay, two more. This one's a froggy. Ribbit, ribbit. Do froggies fly in the air? Do they walk or jump on the land? Or do they swim in the water? This one's a tree frog. Tree frogs usually live on land, but guess what? Frogs sometimes like the water, like tadpoles. Tadpoles swim in the water. So that one can really, because froggies almost are in the water. And this one's really tricky. This is a duck. Quack, quack. Air, land, or water? What do you think? If you said water, you're right. But if you also said land, you'd be right too. Because ducks like to swim a lot, but sometimes they like to walk on land. So there you have it. Animals like to do lots of different things, but we made our own chart together. Way to go, guys. See you next time.